Hello, everybody. If there's anybody in here yet,
I'm your Huckleberry.
where's everybody at today? I figured you would be here by now. I'm a little bit early. I'm sure Cat will probably be the first one in. There's somebody. Oh no, Josh is the first one in. There's Kevin. Hey guys, how's it going? Let's see what these jars look like. It's not my normal brand that I get to a big trap, so I need to inspect them, I guess, and make sure they're okay. Oh, those are pretty. Hell yeah. I believe that will absolutely class up my bee traps. Oh yeah, that's going to 100% class up my traps. Look at that. That is cute. Well, I don't really have in-laws anymore. I have ex-in-laws. And there ain't a whole lot of them, so I'm just going to let the in-laws go. Ex-wife, on the other hand, might be a different story. There's somebody in that jar there, but I won't say who it is. Let's see, what all did I grab while I was at Harbor Freight today? Pack of funnels, some rechargeable batteries. Those are supposed to be upstairs. I'm an idiot. I got enough electrical tape to do me forever. I got me another razor knife since mine disappeared. I guess where I got more than that. Oh, I did get more than that. I got that magnetic strip too. Got me a little magnetic strip tool holder, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll figure something out. I guess that mount just don't work. Well, I'll figure something out to do with it. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Cat. You're already in the jar of plywood. You just don't know it yet. Look around you. You're already in the jar. Oh, shit. What a mess I've got here. Okay. There we go. I guess I should take some of this tape upstairs, shouldn't I? I mean, that would be the smart thing to do. Yeah, it absolutely counts for something. There, I'll take 3 rolls upstairs. And then I'll leave the rest of it down here. The last time I was halfway in a bottle was a decade ago. Right after my divorce, I went out to a bar with a friend and did about half a shot. My medications and alcohol don't mix very well together. It messes with my stomach, so about a half a shot was it for me. And Halloween, after my fiance and I got together, they had got a bottle of Di Serono and wanted me to taste it, which I did, and it's just not for me. I am doing some kind of giveaway. I just don't know what it's going to be yet. I've been trying my damnedest to figure out what I'm going to give away. Any suggestions? I might get you a rusty set of Harbor Freight chisels. I know what I'll do. I'll do my giveaway on tomorrow night's live. That way I'll actually have something to give away. I didn't think I was going to get to go live tonight, so. I think I figured out what's been causing all of my headaches lately. It might be what's causing most of my problems, to be completely honest with you. The muffler on the car is disconnected at the header, and it's disconnected like right under the passenger seat. And I realized today while we were in town that every time I get in the car and ride for a little bit, I start to get a headache and then I start getting really sleepy. So I may be getting a little bit of carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, whichever one the car gives off. Might be the exhaust fumes causing a lot of my problems. And I hadn't never even really considered that being a problem before. Especially on a newer car like that. Oh, shit. I mean, when I get off work at night and come home, I start nodding off. I'm tired. You know, I've worked all night. But it started happening today on the way to town and back. And then I started piecing it all together. But it's only affecting me in the passenger seat. Can you guys hear me okay? I know damn good well. I'll have to free them split rings up. That's not. It's not. You know, Cat, I hadn't even really thought about that. I don't really think much about that as far as things like that go. Just build you guys something, okay? How about a carpenter bee trap? Would that be a good giveaway, Adam? Nicole! Thank you for stopping by. I apologize for that ding. I didn't realize my phone was not on silent. Thanks for stopping by, Nicole. We appreciate you. You're one of my favorite people. Matter of fact, everybody that's in here right now are some of my favorite people. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the whole community, but you guys that are in here right now are by far my favorites. I don't know what I think about that one guy that whacks in his shack and calls me a box troll. I ain't sure what I think about him. And I like his handle. I mean, man bun too. I don't guess it's fair to pick on him when he's not here to defend himself. Still fun though. Now, I'd say he's probably still feeding his face. I'd say him or Ryan one will be in here before the night's over. They usually pop in and say hi. Good old Jack. Are you drinking because you're sick or are you drinking to drink, Nicole? Well, if you drink just because you're sick, try Rockin' Rye. It is about the best thing for knocking a cold out or something out of you. I remember having to have a lot of that when I was a youngin'. Of course, I don't guess it probably tasted all that bad if you was an adult, but for a little kid, it's kind of rough. It's kind of a fruity whiskey type thing, kind of put you in the mind of, I guess, Southern Comfort. If memory serves, I've not had any of it in 25 years, 30 maybe. Rock and Dry. Rockandrye. Here in the mountains, if it wasn't moonshine, it was rock and rye for when we got sick. Boiled linseed oil don't look too good with Shashugibon, but it looks pretty good on plain cedar. This could all probably stand another coat. Hey LJ, how's it going? Hey Smallwood, how's it going? Yeah, Josh, there's some drinks you get sick off of one time and you'll never touch again. It's usually those times you swear you'll never drink at all again, but you just won't. You will drink again. You just won't drink what made you sick. You mean this? Is that what you're talking about, Nicole? That is a carpenter bee trap. They call them borer bees or boring bees too. You know, they dig into your wood of your deck and stuff and tear it up. That's to catch them. The way it works is you cover their holes and hang this up near where their holes were, and they will come in and fly into these holes, and where these holes are angled when they get up in there, the only light they can see is from the bottom. So they'll go down into the jar and then they can't get back out. I've got a video on how to make them, and I made them on a live. I done like 8 or 9 of them on a live over the course of 2 days here a while back. I used to like Quiet Room, but I know Captain Morgan's Parrots Bay was all right, but I didn't care much for the Spice Drum. What am I looking for? Hey VLC, how's it going? See, I think for 300 subscribers, that would be a poetic giveaway, honestly, because that's the first thing I ever sold. And Kat was right there when I sold my first ones. She was talking to me when my battery charger on my cordless drill quit working, and she was talking to me when I burnt the Walmart drill up in 3 days. But the Warrior drill I got from Harbor Freight, I mean, I used it for 91 days, and then the chuck got wet and it wouldn't open or close anymore. So I took it back, and they went ahead and honored their 90-day warranty and replaced it. And I've been using it ever since, and I use the hell out of it, and I've not had a bit of trouble. So I can't complain anything about it for $15. I think they're 17 now, but they were 15 last year. Yeah, Cole, I know what you mean. I got a lot to clean up in the yard too. I've asked for help, but nobody seems to want to help. So I guess I'll do that and mow. Yeah, VLC, he's Josh. Good job. You're remembering names finally. I can't remember anybody's name though. I do believe I can safely say if it was not for Cat, I would not be where I am right now. I would probably just be sitting upstairs playing video games, waiting to go back to work. Damn, I know I put that on vibrate. Because now everything's turned down. Let's see you make noise. There we go. There. Chase is new beginnings. Yes, Josh, I 100% agree with you on that. I don't feel like Kat gets anywhere near the recognition and appreciation she deserves. I'm not being sweet, Kat. I'm just telling the truth. You know me, I don't have a sweet bone in my body. I just tell it like it is, period. Now, Nicole, on the other hand, I've been waiting 6 months for a review of that Warrior table saw. I know it's too cold and there's no power. Get a drop cord and a jacket. I'm just teasing you, Nicole. How about that electric planer though? Did you use it any? Besides what you used it in that one video? We all very much do appreciate you, Kat. But please do not ever overdo yourself. If you're ever doing anything for me and you feel like it's too much, you just tell me that it's too much. Do not push yourself, please. I don't want you to overdo it and wear yourself out. Because I have nothing so important that it can't wait till I can figure out how to get it done. Yeah, Plywood Cat is definitely good at what she does. She's the one that made my logo. She was my first moderator. She's the one that gave me the kick in the ass I needed to even start my channel. She's the one that gave me the kick in the ass I needed to start making the bee traps last year. Hey, Dylan, we're all telling Kat how amazing she is for everything she does for us. I enjoy a good kick in the butt every once in a while. Yeah, plywood, that's my biggest problem is having time, but I work a 4:15 to 12:45 p.m. shift, so I have to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning to try to make any shop time at all. I mean, I guess I could come home at get home at 1:30 in the morning and come down here, but nobody else in the house is gonna like me. Cat don't even get mad at you when you're carrying a bunch of steaks to the grill and accidentally collared. Oh, you need time to heal. Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about that last night, didn't we? I still believe we could find a few small projects that you could do to help you pass the time. Yeah, Bill, see, that wouldn't be too bad of a shift, honestly, as far as this goes, because then I could come home and get in the shop till 5 or 6 or 7 and then stop and go eat and lay down for a little while and do it again. Yeah, I mean, I get that, Josh. But eventually, she'll let you get more tools. Sexy Amy Furry. Okay. Mods might want to keep an eye on that one. I can see that one causing trouble. Hey Steve, how's it going? Glad you could stop by and say hi. I'm glad you're doing good. You see, I'm jealous now. I never get that kind of reaction when I go into other people's lives. Nobody ever tells me they love me and that I'm one of the best. Now my heart's broken. I'm just teasing you. Kinda. There we go. Can't believe I hadn't already thought about doing that. Well, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I love each and every one of you. I love every member of this community. Don't know what I would do without you guys, to be completely honest with you. Now I just figured I'd finish up these cell phone holders. I know it won't be too much longer till they get the bridge opened up down the road here that washed away. And I've got permission from the store that set beside it to set up a table to sell items. So I'm thinking the day they open the bridge, I'll go down there and set up. If nothing don't stop me. And that should be a pretty busy day, everybody riding through to see the new bridge. I think that will probably be a good time to go out and sell. See, I had already planned on being down there and setting up and selling stuff, but without the bridge there's no traffic by there right now. So that don't really work out so well. I still have a hard time getting over. I just can't believe that as far up in the mountains in Tennessee as I am, that we got enough water from a hurricane to wash away all the bridges. Sand down, oil down, and ricker me off. I like that, Nicole. That was a pretty good one. Smallwood, what do you mean? Support both sides of the phone. If you're talking about these little ones I'm working on right now, they will hold both sides of the phone. Or hold it both ways or whatever. You'll hold it like that. Or let me unplug it for a minute so the cord ain't in the way. Or like that. Hey Mike, how's it going? Oh, Steve, I was just finishing up my keychain cell phone holders here. I've been debating on how to finish them. I think some of them I'm going to do with BLO, and then the rest of them I'm going to do with shellac. It doesn't seem like the BLO works very good with the Shashugi bond, so I think I'll shellac those, and on the plain ones I will use the boiled linseed oil. I do have a couple up here that's burnt that I put some more oil on to try, but I don't know how well it'll work. Well, thank you, Kat. I know you love me too. What did you sell the most of today? Josh, what was your top 3 selling items? Screw it. This thing just ain't cut today. Yeah, Mike, I've done a couple of videos that I didn't have time to let the finish dry as I was trying to finish the video. I think that mountain shelf key holder, key rack thing was the worst one of them. It took forever for that shellac to dry, and I just went ahead and finished it while it was still wet. I'm wanting to hit 500. 500 is my next goal. What kind of incense burner are you making, Nicole? Are you going to be making like the long ones that are kind of bent for the sticks, or are you making ones to set the cones on? Hey, I've been at this since September. I didn't think I was ever going to get this far. You could probably get away using softer woods on those, but I would still want to use a hardwood. And a fire retardant finish. Just to be on the safe side. I mean, I don't see a fire falling off of incense and laying on one enough to make it catch on fire, but that would make other people people that don't think about things like that would just freak out about it. That would make them feel better, I guess. Yeah, Plywood, you got to have 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours to be able to have memberships and secret chats, which I think is very, very stupid. They should let you have super chats at least from the very beginning, in my opinion. Have any of you guys ever heard of Kick? Hey, Mike, I mean, by all means, yes, I would love to be monetized and make a little bit of money out of this. Will it happen? Probably not. Would it be nice? Yes. But that was the reason I started out with my beginner series like I did, because I've only been doing doing woodworking for a couple of years now. And when I was first starting and watching all these videos with all the big expensive tools, I didn't think I was ever going to stand a chance, but I finally just got me a circular saw and got to work because I already had a cordless drill at that point. Got some pallets and outfitted my shop. Made some garden beds, a couple of things for the fiance. I mean, I want people to. Let me see, how can I say this? Yes, it would be nice to make money off of this, but if I help one beginner that gets overwhelmed by seeing the other channels and all the expensive tools, if I can help one beginner get started that was overwhelmed by all that stuff, I will be satisfied completely. You see, I wanted to get into tool and die originally, so I took machine shop at the vocational school while I was in high school and then in night classes after high school. But as it turns out, that's a profession people do till they die. They don't retire. So it's hard to get a job in it. And then when somebody does die, they want to replace them with somebody with 20 years of experience. And you can't get experience without working in that field for 20 years. So I finally just gave it up and went on about my business. I got into computers for a little bit, went to college for computer science for a year, and then went to trade school for computer electronics. Got my certifications from there, which didn't really lead to any jobs. So I just went back to either factory work or store work or fast food work or staying home with the kids, whichever was required of me at the time. Just like what my phone says. My phone's lying. Let's see. There's Ryan. I told you one of them would be in here before long. I talked to my fiance about it, and we decided if I could make between $15,000 and $20,000 a year between my woodworking and a YouTube channel, any combination of the two, or it just coming from one of them, that would be enough for me to quit going out and working and being able to focus all of my time on the woodworking and YouTube channel. But that's the parameters that's the goals that I've set for being able to do that. Okay, two's all I need. Hey Dave, how's it going? Yeah, Mike, that's a very good point as well. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. I reckon they actually make keychain hardware that's already put together that you can use, but I just make my own. I don't know if it's cheaper or not, honestly. It's not complicated. Just a screw eye, a couple of split rings, and a little piece of chain. You can get a long piece of this chain at Hobby Lobby for a little bit of nothing. Put it and a screw eye on a small split ring and then a big split ring on the other end. Put your screw eye in your piece, and there you have it. It's a keychain. I love being able to go live and sit and talk to you guys. That really does make my day. I've been trying to do some building this week during the day and go live some, and I really enjoyed that too because it's nice to be able to work and have somebody to talk to at the same time. Yeah, Nicole, that's a pretty good deal there. I can't remember if I've got you friended on Facebook or not, but if I don't post a picture of the keychains in the Ricker Creations Facebook group so I can see them, I might do that next time instead of doing this. Yeah, I agree with you there 100%, Mike. I tell people, I joke around and tell people that this is as close as I can get to actually getting to hang out with people without being around people. But there is truth to that for me. Nobody ever wants to go live with me. Back before Josh was brave enough to go live by himself, I offered him 5 or 6 times to let him go live with me, but he didn't want to. I begged and begged and begged. I said, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. He's like, nope, nope, nope. I did enjoy going live with Ryan and Mike, though. That was pretty fun. That's the only other people I've went live with. The rest of it has just been me. But if any of you guys ever do want to go live with me, let me know and I'll get it set up. But I'll tell you, this is the first, I ain't ever really used boiled linseed oil before, but I've got to say, I'm really impressed with the way that it looks on this cedar especially. Darkens it up just right. How do you go live, Mike? Do you do it just from YouTube? Do you go in there and just click on the plus and go live? If that's how you do it, there's a little thing in there that says go live together so that you can invite somebody else to go live with you. Otherwise, you can use StreamYard or Streamlabs or something to that effect. Streamlabs and OBS is open source free software, so I think that made that look real nice. Okay. Damn it. It'll be okay. Yeah, just one of my bee traps bit the dust. Let's see if one of these other jars will fit that band or if I'll have to swap the band out. Oh, shit. Yes, it fit. Hell yeah. Yep, that jar fit that band just right. Hell yeah. I like that little design. That makes it look fancy. I'll give away a fancy bee trap. I believe I'll shellac these 3 key chains here and see how they look. Steve, I sell them for $10 a piece, but if they buy more than one, I'll knock it down to $8 a piece. And I have never sold just one, so. People that buy them, we always buy multiples. I've never had anybody want just one. And all it is a 4x4. You can get a cheap 6-foot 4x4 for like $10 to $12. And the Walmart brand of jars, which is what I usually use of half pints, is $10. I had to actually get the ball jars this time because Walmart's been out of their brand for a couple of weeks now. But it was just $13. So for $23, you can make 10 to 12 of them, depending on what shape your wood's in and all of that. So you definitely make a good little profit off of them. Alright, there we go. Got them 3 shellacked on one side. Let them dry. Okay. Well, I just use the little half pint jars, and I don't know why Walmart's out of theirs unless they're out. Well, they're out of their pint jars too. They don't have many canning jars at all. They've got some storage jars, but that's not the same thing. The reason I like the canning jars is right here. A storage jar has a solid lid that you would have to drill a hole through the lid too, but these, you can just take the band and screw it to it and not have to worry about drilling through the lid. Yeah, dollar stores don't have much good stock of them either, to be completely honest. I got to go to the lumber store, to one of the lumber stores yesterday. I got me a little piece of black walnut that was reduced because it was messed up on the end. This and that piece of oak I've got over there is going to go for bottle openers. And then I got this. Not really sure what the hell I'm going to do with something this thin. It's called Bacote or something to that effect. But you talk about something with a beautiful grain pattern, let me tell you, that is beautiful. Yeah, a little bit less than $30, so. I think the Bacote and the Bolivian rosewood would go nice together for something, but I'm not sure what it would be. I wouldn't really want to cut either one of them down enough to make money clips with. But those are totally nice enough for something. I love the way they both look, and I think they go good together, personally. Yeah, Nicole, those would make some incense holders for sure, but that would be some pretty expensive incense holders. Actually, you know what? Now that you've mentioned it, you've given me an idea. Yeah. Yeah, you've totally given me an idea now. Thanks, Steve. I hear that all the time. I'm sorry. I could not pass that up. I'm terrible. Oh my God. That would be really little. Bluebird houses, you don't put a perch on because other birds and rodents will get in it and destroy the bluebird nest. I had to do a lot of research on that the first time I was asked to build a bluebird house. I mean, I spent hours researching it. And in all honesty, as far as bluebird houses go, you're better off just making them rustic. Because if you sand them down too smooth, the fledglings can't hold on. But yeah, my bluebird houses, they're rustic. And I leave them that way intentionally. Hole has to be, I think it's 1.5 inches. I'd have to look at my plans to say for sure, but I put a screw in right here and right here to use for hinges so that the side can swing open to clean the nest out. Make sure you put drain holes in the bottom so the water don't come out. And 1.5 inch hole. I did sand this down a little bit on the outside, not a lot. I didn't do anything at all to it on the inside because the baby birdies just can't climb if it's sanded down smooth. And if they can't climb, they can't escape predators at all. And it's not just climbing predators that they have to worry about. Sparrows and swallows and other birds will try to take over the nest too. Yes, that was a fence picket. That's kind of a theme around here. Everything I make out of a fence picket. These cell phone holders, fence pickets. Bluebird houses, bite houses, fence pickets. Only thing that's not fence pickets is the bee traps, and I technically could make one out of a fence picket if I wanted to. But the biggest reason for not using the perch is not really the predators like squirrels and snakes and stuff. It's more for the other birds. Because other birds will take out a bluebird nest in no time. Yes, Nicole, that is the exact birdhouse I built in my video. That is correct. When I built my prototype, I didn't realize that I needed to leave a little bit of space on one of the sides below the roof for ventilation. Yeah, Kat, if somebody asked me to build something that I've never really thought about building or anything like that, I do a lot of research on it. Like the lady that wanted the bluebird houses also wanted bat houses. And I mean, before I would even attempt one, I spent a week learning about bats and bat houses and how they take off and everything. They don't take off and land like normal birds do. A bat will have to drop and then flap its wings to catch air and start flying instead of just being able to take off. And when they land, they don't exactly land. They need to be able to fly about 16 or 20 feet into their house area and grab a hold of it with their legs to stop themselves. I mean, reverse engineering, yes, that shows you how it's made, but that doesn't tell you why it's made that way. That's where the research on stuff comes in. Hell, I spent 2 days researching these carpenter bee traps. Well, that's not entirely true. The first one I made, I just went ahead and made it and off of a video of somebody else's, and they didn't angle their holes, and I didn't realize they were supposed to be at an angle. And then I posted it. I can't remember if I posted it in Daniel's Facebook group or one of the Facebook groups, and they asked me what angle the holes were. And I didn't realize they were supposed to be angled, so I went back and done research until I found the answers I needed, and then I built mine. And I even looked to see if pressure treated versus non-pressure treated made a difference. And from the research I've done, it apparently does not, which makes sense because the deck posts that they dig into are pressure treated. So a pressure treated house a trap isn't going to prevent them from going in it. Yeah, Kat, I built a prototype of everything I'm asked to build, and fiance gets the prototypes. That's just how it goes around here. If I build something, she gets the prototype, unless she just doesn't want it. In which case, I'll take it. I'd say it's been 15 minutes since I've done these. Pop off the excess. Take it easy, VLC. You have a good night. Hey, Nicole, I can tell you how to cure your coughing if you're interested. To cure your cough, all you have to do is take a bunch of laxatives and then you'll be afraid to cough. Yes, I know that was terrible, but if you've ever had a real bad case of the flu and coughing at the same time with it, then you know what I'm talking about. Oh, come on. You know it'll work. You know, if you do that, you'll do everything in the world not to cough. In all honesty, Robitussin, I guess, is probably about the best thing for a cough, in my opinion. Mucinex is just a high dollar waste of money, as far as I can tell. It doesn't work any better than any other cough medicine I've ever had. Yeah, plywood, that would help too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out, Steve, because I'm getting me a lathe here pretty soon. Damn, Josh, I wish there was markets around me like that. That would be a dream come true. We don't have any markets like that around here, but we have a couple of Fat Town festivals during the year, but they're so expensive I can't afford to get in them. $85 to get into the one at the college and $185 to get in the one at downtown. I don't know if the farmers market would even let crafters in or not. If they do and it's not too expensive, I might try that. Or I might try going to some of the flea markets around here and see if that does any good. But there's a lot of competition at the flea markets. I will say this, I will not say to go try to find anything illegally or anything like that, but any kind of opioid, like pain pill opioids like Lortab, Percocet, things like that, codeine, Suboxone, Subutex, They are all respiratory suppressants and they will help with coughs. As a matter of fact, they make a cough syrup with hydrocodone in it, but you have to get it from the doctor. And let me tell you, it works. I'm not saying to help you for pain, but they should help suppress your respiratory system enough to keep you from coughing. At least a little bit of a reduction in it anyway. And they should help with the other thing as well. Yeah, $185 for a 10 by 10 spot. And you have to provide your own table and tent and stuff. And that's an outdoor space. The other one is $75 for an indoor space, 85 for an indoor, 75 for an outdoor. But I know what you mean, Smallwood. The pain lets me know I'm still alive. Take about 30 Giddy powders in a day, and it's not quite so bad, but that's not real good on your stomach or so, I'm told. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll let us do that around here. I know some places you can get away with that, but places around here have to make as much money as possible for whatever reason. I mean, I wouldn't care to pay $185 for a spot at the Iris Festival if I thought with 100% certainty I could sell enough stuff to make it back up and a little bit of a profit on top. But I'm just willing to bet that there's either going to be A, too much competition, or B, not enough people spending money. I think I just may go to the Iris Festival with a digital photo frame full of my builds and let people make custom orders if they're interested. I might be able to get away with that. They're not gonna look at it like that. They're gonna look at it as you're selling at their event, you should be paying for a space. The town I live in is kind of backwoods backwards, for lack of a better way to explain it, without using the word corrupt. And let me reiterate, I am in no way, shape, or form saying the town that I live in is corrupt. They are not. They are the most amazing town in the world. But anyways, what's everybody building this weekend? Anything interesting? The pallet mallet. That was one of the first things I built was a mallet for me to have. It didn't look real pretty. It was made out of pallet wood or scrap wood from a pallet company, but I mean, it works. It needs to be sanded back down now. It's got some mold growing on it where it got wet and I didn't know it. Well, I don't even see it now. I have to figure out where I put it. Matter of fact, I might remake one for a video. That might be a good one to add to my beginners series. All right, Nicole, you have a good night. I really do hope you get to feeling better, though. Have a good night, Josh. Sleep good. I hate that Nicole's sick. I wish she'd get better. I don't like people that I like being sick. It kills me, especially if I can't do anything to help it. My audio is breaking up. I'm sorry. That might be my fault. Hang on a minute. Is that better? Hmm. I believe that's what I'm going to end up doing, either doing a treadle or a spring pole wave. I figured it might have been because I was back there seeing if I could invite somebody into the live or not, but apparently not. Apparently I have to do that when I first start out. Mike, do I have you on Facebook? Or are you in my Facebook group? All right, holler at me sometime tomorrow, please, and we'll talk about something. Thanks, Steve. You have a good night too. Steve, before you go, what brand of ink do you usually buy for your stampers? Because I bought an ink pad at Hobby Lobby the other day, and I went to use it, and apparently, I guess you're supposed to store them upside down or something because it didn't really get enough ink out to do anything with. Cat, it's a pain in the ass to get them nails when they've got them bent over like that in there. Uh, get you a chisel that you don't care anything about and try to get in under it with it and lift it up enough to where you can get a hold of it with pliers and then pull it out. If you can't pull it out with the pliers, lift it up enough that you can get a pry bar in under it and lift it. That's the way that I do it. Of course, I don't have anything but a cheap set of Harbor Freight chisels, so it won't kill me if I break one. But that's the way I do it, Cat. If I can get the board to pop up off of it, I'll hammer it from the back of the nail and then pull it out that way. But if I can't get it to pop up off the stringer at all, then that's the only option you've got. Hmm. Yeah, if you've got a way to cut them, that would absolutely work too. I've got to get a drill press. I started to today, but I can't fork out $100 for one right now. I'm just not financially stable enough for that at the moment. I do hope to change that sometime soon, but okay, let's see. Yeah, that would cut the nail. You're probably gonna need a cutoff wheel though. may get up early tomorrow and build something. I just don't know what. Hmm. Flossie! Been a minute since I've seen you. Did you get your thing you made? I totally get that, Flossie. It's been that way for me for a couple of weeks now. I've just now been getting back in the shop this week myself. Uh, for those of you that have been having trouble with notifications about lives and videos and stuff, I think I figured out what the problem is. If you'll go into your script subscriptions on your phone and look down the list, if the bell isn't black on the side, click on it, because everybody that I subscribe to, try to set my notifications to all, but it don't always work, apparently. I had to go in there a while ago after I found that out and set a bunch of them to make sure it went to all. But when you go into your subscriptions list, click view all, and then tap on the bell and it'll say personalized or all. It'll have a check mark beside whichever one it is. Here, I'll walk you through it like this. If you can see it like this, I don't know if you can or not. But click subscriptions. Hang on a minute, let me open the camera. Subscript. Shit, what did I do? Okay. Subscriptions. View all. And since this is in dark mode, the bell will be white. But if you're in daytime mode, the bell will be black. If you tap on one, look at the notifications. See, it says personalized and has a check mark beside it. Change it to all, and then you'll get all notifications from that channel. So that's been apparently at least that's probably been part of what my problem is about getting notifications. Congrats on the college, Flossie, but you got to be careful falling down steps. That don't turn out very well. Did my description, Did my explanation of notifications and subscriptions, could you understand and see all of that? Oh, okay, Flossie. I was just making sure because there's been a lot of people, me included, that haven't been getting notifications about a bunch of channels when they go live. Like whenever Elegant goes live or Whacking Shack, I don't get a notification about it. But I do find them when I'm scrolling through the short speed. So yeah, Flossie, me and I think it was me and Josh that talked about that one day. We've been getting unsubscribed from channels that we knew we were subscribed to. Like I know for a fact I was subscribed to him, and I know for a fact that he was subscribed to me, but we were both unsubscribed from each other there at one point, and we've had that trouble a whole bunch. So yeah, there's definitely something wrong somewhere. But Kat, go into your subscriptions and check that and see, make sure everything is set to all. Okay. I've been okay, Flossie. Been sapped with motivation the past couple of weeks, but I'm slowly getting it back. I'm going to try to finish this video I've been working on tomorrow so I can move on to other stuff. God damn it. My heater is starting to trip my surge protector. Yeah, Flossie, if you and Kat ever get together, I don't want to be nowhere around. But do send me videos. Well, we're just now coming out of dogwood winter. Blackberry winter will be starting in a couple of weeks. But right now, the heater's more to dry the 4x4 I just bought because it was soaking wet. Robert! Hey, Feather, how's it going? Y'all don't want me there. I'm a big klutz anymore. I wouldn't be able to help you. And I'm real bad about laughing at people when they fall. I laugh at you too, Cat. I mean, hell, y'all just heard me knock one of the bee traps over and shatter the jar. Which reminds me, I guess I need to sweep that glass up before I step on it and it goes to the bottom of my boot. All right, Smallwood, you have a good night. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Greatly appreciate it. Everybody here is already planting stuff, and I try to tell them, there's going to be at least one more big frost for dogwood winter, but they say, well, we can cover it up. And I mean, I guess I could too. I could go ahead and plant, but with everything else I've got going on, I don't want to have to cover the garden at night to make sure that it survives the frost. That's just more work that I have to do. So, no, I'll just wait. Well, let's see. I've batched out some bee traps this week. I've sold 6 of them yesterday. I've got 5 left. When this wood dries, I'm going to make some more. I've got these keychain cell phone holders. I'm getting ready for setting up a table to sell when they open the bridge back up. And I've been working on a table for my next video. A lot of stuff's happened the past couple of weeks that's sapped my motivation, so I've not gotten to shop very much. And if you know anybody that wants Scrabble letter signs, I will be making Scrabble letter signs for people. How many do you need, Feather? I presume you're talking about bee traps. How do you go to sleep when I'm live, Kevin? I'm loud. All right, hit me up on Messenger tomorrow, and we'll set it up. I've got that many ready now. Night, Kevin, and thank you. I appreciate you hanging out. I will see you tomorrow somewhere, I'm sure. No, it's to catch the carpenter bees to get rid of them, Flossie. You know, the ones that dig into your porch and the side of your house and your barn and everything. Talk about a nuisance, let me tell you. Well, something like honeybees is fine. I mean, I won't kill honeybees. I can't keep them because my fiance is allergic to bees, but I won't kill one. But these carpenter bees, I mean, they're a fucking menace. One of the guys last year that bought my bee traps said he had just got through building the deck and they had already tore it all to pieces. Yeah, I don't imagine honeybees would be hard to deal with. I mean, you're going to get stung though, and with somebody that has to carry an EpiPen when it's warm outside, that makes things a little bit more complicated. IVP, ain't that what they put in women to keep them from getting pregnant? Oh, LVP, my bad. And yes, I know what they put in women to keep them from getting pregnant is a reverse DUI. I know that. I was just making a joke before anybody thinks I'm an idiot. Yeah, I bet that does look good, Robert. You gonna show us some pictures when you get done with it? Am I wrong, Cat? Old Path, how's it going? And I'm sorry, but if I was a woman, there's no way I would have something inserted in me that looked that much like a fishing lure. Just no way. And now that I've pointed that out, you guys will never unsee it. Old Path, has your name always had the plus mark on it? Yeah, I can't imagine they would feel good. Drake clips. I had never thought about that one, but yeah, I can see that too. No, Feather, they're not crotch goblins, they're thought trophies. I heard that from one of the creators I watched, and after I heard that, I said they'll never be called anything else ever again. Oh, shit. Okay, you're asking a lot of questions. You getting ready to start taking some pallets apart? here. That was what I thought off path, but I noticed the other day when I seen you in one of the lives it had that plus mark, and I thought, has that always been there? I don't think it has. Oh yeah, it's Passover time. You have a good night, old path. Yeah, cat, that's what I used to make everything out of was old pallets, but I finally got tired of it and moved on to fence pickets. I gotta say, I like that way that bulk linseed oil finish feels. I really, truly do. It's got a great feel to it. You found a pallet with red cedar on it? Damn. I'll occasionally find one that's got some oak on it, but the rest of it's just been pine. I think I might try making me some oak and black walnut of these cell phone keychain holders too. Of course, I'll have to price them a little bit higher, but not much, because it don't take much wood to make one. But these cedar ones look really good, I think. Yeah, that's the bad thing about working with pallets. You've got ideas, and then by the time you take something apart, you change your mind. I used to do that a lot. I do need to cave in and get me some good enough wood to make some jewelry boxes with. Excuse me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. Cat, keep the chat occupied for me, please. I'm back. I apologize. I don't have you muted, do I? No. Okay. So, Fosse, you did finally find you some glass? I remember last time I talked to you about it, you were looking for some. There we go. Okay, Feather, I should be home all day tomorrow. I don't know if you know or not, but I'm living at Mama's old house, so right next door to where I lived all my life. So just shoot me a message and we'll get together. And you said you wanted 3, I've got them. I've got them ready to go. And have fun at the lake. I've not been to the lake in a long time now. Seems like everybody's going to bed early tonight. Am I being boring tonight? What kind of wood's it made out of, Robert? I can't look at it till the live's over. Mmm. Did you say you made it a jewelry box or? But there's my ex-wife, Sarah. Uh, I'll have to look at it to be sure, Robert, but 6 by 5 by 5 ish. I'd price it at 100 first and to start out with. I am too, Cat. I know yous can I know yous can hear it in my voice. I'm pretty wore out myself. And I even took a little nap when I come home. Yeah, it's pretty hard to sell any things nowadays. I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to spend a couple of days a week and one day a weekend working on my videos. And then other days during the week, I'm going to go live and build some more small stuff to set up to sell on my table. I believe that's how I'm going to do things, and maybe do a maybe do a one day of the weekend live and build my. I like my weekend lives just to be talking to you guys because I really enjoy talking to you. But I might do some building on the weekends too on the live. Just, stuff like my bee traps, my cell phone holders. I've got a couple of other things I'm going to be building here pretty soon. I believe I'll do some of those builds live that way. Seems like people enjoy watching people build live. I didn't think I would like building on a live, but I enjoyed it pretty good this week when I was doing the bee traps. Because I could work for a little bit and then stop and talk for a little bit. Yeah, Robert, you definitely make a Facebook page if nothing else, and because it don't cost anything to start a Facebook page. It costs $15 to start an Etsy store. Which, as a matter of fact, I think I might do that. I might go ahead and set that up this weekend while I've still got a little bit of money left. You could sit up on the couch and prop your feet up. I wouldn't trust myself to sit in the bed and sit up because I would end up like rolling over and laying down. But on a recliner or on the couch with your feet propped up, I could totally see that working. Hmm. Yeah, sure, cat. Here you go. There's some nights I get to where I can only sleep on one side because I can't breathe. And there's some nights the dogs and the cats will jump in bed with me and curl me up into a little ball, and then when I wake up, I can't move because my back's all jacked up from sleeping like that. I tore a rotator cuff in a car accident probably 20 years ago or so, and they said it wasn't bad enough for surgery, but it was bad enough that physical therapy wouldn't fix it, so I was pretty much just to deal with it. I mean, as long as I'm doing something like working or something, it'll build up the other muscles around it to keep it from being too bad of a problem. But my shoulder will still catch if I've got weight in my hands at a certain height. Like if I'm picking up a lawnmower deck to hang it on the carrier, we have to pick it up about this high, and that's about the end of my range of motion with weight in my arms. So if I miss putting it on the carrier the first time, if I don't get it in the hole, it hits the ground every time. But I mean, it won't heal. All you're doing is building up the other muscles around it so that you can still move your arm. But I can guarantee you that tear is still there if it wasn't surgically repaired. I blew out my knee when I was 20. You guys that are my age probably remember it was called a roller racer. It was a little flat, triangular shaped thing. It was about this tall up off of the ground. You put your feet up on the handlebars and you twisted it to make it go forward. But anyway, when we were 20, we was drinking and we were at some apartments in town and we were riding it down a hill and jumping over a speed bump with it. And the hill at the beginning of the parking lot was kind of steep, but not too bad. But the hill on the road going down, coming down to the hill to the parking lot was really steep. I finally got brave enough and said, you know what, let's start up here. And I got to the very top of that hill and I had somebody push me until they couldn't keep up with me no more. I'll bet you anything I was going 30 miles an hour when I hit that speed bump. I went about 6, 7 foot in the air. I come down, landed on the wheels just fine. But at the bottom of that hill, there was a pothole or something, and they had filled it up with gravel. And when the nose end of that roller racer hit that gravel, it just buried down in it and flipped me off of it, and I landed on my knee. And I walked all the way back up the hill with the roller racer, and everybody pointed and said, hey, you're bleeding. And I looked down, and the whole front of my pants was soaked in blood. By the time I got back to the apartment we were at, I had blood from right here all the way down to the toe of my sock was covered in blood. I had to cut my pants leg off. It was so bad. And of course, Me being young and dumb, I didn't go to the doctor. God almighty. I ain't been right since. I know my LCL's tore, and they said I needed a total knee replacement when I finally, had it looked at in my early 30s, late 20s, early 30s, and they said I needed a total knee replacement, but I was too young because they only last 10 years. I mean, if my pain pill addiction had been active at that point, I would have 100% went to the doctor, but my pain pill addiction wasn't active at that point, so that wasn't even a thought that crossed my mind. But I don't know, even if I had have win, if anything would have changed, if it would have made anything any different or not. But that ortho doctor telling me I needed a total knee replacement, but he didn't want to do it because I was so young. I mean, I argued with him. I'm like, it's a win-win. I get my knee while I still have a youthful enough body to enjoy it, and you get to do it again and make the extra money in 10 years. Why would you not want to go ahead and do it? But they just didn't seem to want to do it. I guess because I didn't have any really good insurance at that time. So it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, I'm the same way plywood. I'm just loopy, period. Sleep through tomorrow. I'll just deal with those tomorrow. I probably could get it replaced now, but I can't afford it now. I don't have insurance. Was it an ER doctor that told you that, Robert? Oh, wow. Yeah, I believe I'll be changing doctors for sure. Oh, Lordy. But yeah, if I fall and hit my head, it's an automatic trip to the ER for me. I don't have a say in the matter anymore. I hit my head on the side of the car the other day getting in, and I thought that fiance was going to make me go to the ER. For those that don't know, I was in a wreck, I don't know how long ago now. Maybe 15 years. Maybe a couple years longer than that. I don't know. We'll call it 15 for good measure. But it gave me a subarachnoid hemorrhage. If you don't know what that is, it's a bleed in the lining of your brain. It affects your memory. At that time, I had a damn near photographic memory. I mean, I could look at a book, close the book, and read the page to you out of my mind. And now I do good to remember where I laid down my tape measure every time I turn around. I can't remember the wreck. I can't remember the month after the wreck. After about a week, I started having flashes of memories that was happening. Like I can remember walking out of the hospital because they kept trying to cram pain pills in me, which I guess I needed the pain pills, but when you're a recovering addict, you don't want that. I could not do two things at one time. I could not walk and talk at the same time. Here's a good little story for you. As I was starting to learn how to do things again, because I had to relearn how to do about everything, I was walking down the road one day talking to myself, just, trying to get used to doing more than one thing at a time. And I was doing pretty good walking and talking to myself. So I thought I'll add something else in the mix. So I was walking down the road talking to myself, and I started moving my hands while I was talking, just doing multiple things at once. And then I walked smack into a fucking light pole. I can only imagine what the people driving by thought. That had to be a hilarious sight to see. I bet everybody thought I was high as a kite. And I won't lie, I was a little bit embarrassed, but I still have some brain damage. If you didn't know me before the wreck, you probably won't notice it. If you did know me before the wreck, I guarantee you'll notice it. But I hide it well. Like FLP that was in here a while ago, I've known her since like fourth grade, I guess, maybe fifth grade. I'm sure she probably notices it now. She's not seen me too much since then, but I don't do Walmart so well either. I mean, I can get around and everything and they're okay, but it's just too many people for me. Hey, we got 18 likes. Let me check over here and make sure that's right. Yep, 18 likes. Hell yeah. Yeah, Flossie, that's what got me and Kat talking privately was I had found out about her head injury and wanted to talk to her about it. Of course, I reckon when I first got to the emergency room after that wreck, They had to CT scan my head 9 or 10 times before they could even find my brain. It was so small. I don't know how they saw a bleed in something that little, but hey, it is what it is. Well, good. I'm glad I've helped some anyway. You guys want to see something cool? Check this out. Look at all my fence pickets. I'm proud of my fence pickets. I've been buying a few every week when I get my paycheck. That way I'm well stocked. Oh, damn. Did that really fuck that camera up that bad moving that? How old are you now, Flossie? Yes, Cat. I meant my. I mean, you're more than like 20 or so, right? Okay, I was just trying to make sure because I know somebody that hit somebody with a car and caused some trouble. Over 50, my lord, you are old. Hell, far. I'm sorry, I'm just teasing you. Kinda. My fiance's, well, she's technically her cousin, I guess, but they were raised by the same person, so they were raised like they were half sisters. She lived in Florida and was on drugs real bad and drinking and hit a little kid on a bike. I mean, she crossed like 6 lanes of traffic to hit this little kid and then hit a brick wall and tried to drive off, but somebody grabbed her keys out of her ignition. So she sat there chugging her beer before the cops got there. So am I still here? I noticed I was lagging a little bit. The stuff that she was on, she didn't need to be on anyway. But things never changed. She done 6 years in prison, got out, and went right back to it. I don't plan on ever having to move again. That used to be my goal in life. Was that was how I was going to know that I had made it, was because I could afford to pay somebody to move me. But I'll probably not move from this since I'm in my family home that's been here since the 50s. Well, Robert, if your shop was at the other house, I would have come and moved it to my house. It kills me to buy a tool and not use it right away. Sure, Flossie. If you'll pay for it, I'll build it. I'll come up and build it out of pallets for you. Pallets and fence pickets. Yeah, she's one of them North Carolina hillbillies. I'm one of them East Tennessee hillbillies. Oh, what did I get up to do? Oh yeah, no. I need both hands. I want to open this. And you hear me? Hey, it's actually working with my cord plugged in. I can't believe it. But I figured I'd come back in here and please sign off anyway. It is getting pretty late. I am dying to use this cordless electric planer, but I'm not going to do it till I finish my current video because I want to do it on a video for you guys as a review. Just so you guys not. Good night, Flossie, if you're not out the door yet. But from everything I've seen and read about it, this is supposed to be a good hand plane, so electric hand plane. We'll find. I guess we're going to find out. But maybe I can get my video finished tomorrow. But, all right, guys, I'm going to sign off for the night. Everybody's getting tired, I guess. See you later, Playwood. Have a good night. Robert, good night. I believe that's it, besides Cat. Cat, you have a wonderful night. And thank you for everything you do. You are appreciated much more than you even realize. I don't know if I could ever be able to begin to show my appreciation to you. I really don't. but I try. I love you too. I love all of you, and thanks for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it. Come here, give me a big hug. There we go. That's it. Good night, guys.